3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Renegade, renegade, renegade.
They call a podcast Poppy. Kinkos, I see they tryna copy. Diamonds in the chains, bust down wrists. And you ain't never seen no like this. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop home, gave in the chokehold.
I be out on a late night, opposite a play fight. See slime break night, this break night. My wristwatch is like a brake light. And you can get it right on your gravesite. So tell me something I don't know. $50 pizza when I'm eating in Soho. I heard that you in love with the stuff in your in them. Hate me, they hate me. What should I do? Keep getting money. It's funny, I was just like you. Super Bowl Sunday. With the facts. Security guard told Kevin Hart to relax. Oh!
Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop home, game in the chokehold. Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop home, game in the chokehold.
I reinvented myself, they sorta hated it. I reinvented myself and
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. That's fielded in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Wentz now on first down. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get it. Catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. On play action, it's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Taco Charlton in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Back deep is Tavon Austin. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Fielded at the 20. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Uses the spin. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Get out.
Now a carry for the big fellow. This is Jameis Olawale. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, partner, but on 2nd and inches, a lot of the times I'm leery about the offensive guys thinking about taking a shot downtown. Instead, they just hand it to the big man and let him rumble forward for a 1st down.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field on an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Back to it after the pick 6. Prescott looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Again to Elliott, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Second down, Prescott drops it underneath to Elliott, and he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They keep on the ground with Elliott. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you can see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
Hey, 80's yours. 80's yours. Here you go. Switch.
A second down throw for Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a third down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Dak finding the former Jag Hearns for the Dallas first down. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Now back to the ground with Elliott. About 3 yards there to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Prescott now on second down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Jameis Olawale that time. And now it's third down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Go. Here we go. Go. Get out there.
On third down, it's Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. Gets past one man, and they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They'll run it now out of the gun, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Sunday. 81.
Wins to throw on second down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Jeff Heath, the strong safety, able to get in there on the coverage. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz. And he comes back with one complete. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On second down, here's Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw, it's Wentz. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Brandon, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when you're running back and catch the ball as well, it can only help your offense.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say, if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. A first down throw for Prescott. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time. And now it's second down. Prescott. He finds Hearns left side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. First down, Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
On second down, Elliott. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Prescott on first down. This is caught by Hearns. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Elliott. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
The Cowboys on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here we go, 46.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. Here we go now with Olawale. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Prescott looks to throw on first. And incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Airing it out for Hearns. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He finds Ajayi. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll toss it to Ajayi. Runs over it and still fighting. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Elliott now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They go to Elliott again. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up third and about 6.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Cowboys on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Prescott from the gun. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. He opted to go with a scramble. Gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Sproles, the return. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
But sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This is Ajayi. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Now Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The Eagles send out their punter now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now Austin. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And out now come the Cowboys. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call it.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Prescott. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Gun. There we go. 1-8.
Prescott down. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Here we go, 47. Here we go, 1-8. 26.
To throw is Prescott. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go, 1-8. 26.
Now Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him, Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They'll start out on the ground with a giant. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Working from the gun, Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. In this case, they were able to retain possession.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The give is to Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The tackle was made by Michael Bennett. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
Hearns brings it in. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. Throwing, Prescott. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Shedding the tackle, and it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'd be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. That'll be taken in the end zone. They find some open field here. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 43. Here's Wentz to throw. And he's going to be hit and driven into the turf. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
81. Here we go. 180.
Shotgun now for Wentz. He's got a man. Complete. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. David Irving in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. From midfield, here's Wentz. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play. This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. 31 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
He's back to throw. Being chased out left. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
They'll look to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. First things first here, they got to pick up the 1st down.
And remember, it is 4th down, so they've got to pick up a completion here. Otherwise, this one's over.
And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
It's coming now.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds.
But that's the one they had to have. put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right, just one more element to complete the victory. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that might be enough to win them the football game as they now take the lead in the final seconds. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
One final try now for Wentz. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the fourth quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
It will definitely feel like that, because when you have a lead in the fourth quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over,